situation is sad.
Crashing out. He's like, yo, if you told me it was gonna be like speed, like then I would have never done it. I was like, brother, like, how am I supposed to know?
And I said, to bed. What I say? So what I say? What I say? Good?
Damn, they throwing trash at him? What happened?
Streamers like iShowSpeed have been setting a crazy precedent when it comes to going around the world and streaming it live, getting massive amount of people that recognize him, support him, and basically follow him around the entire time he's traveling. But it seems like recently other people have been wanting to do the exact same thing, and a streamer named Marlon wanted to try that but in Europe, and it did not go very well for him because the people out there that recognized him and noticed him could not behave in the slightest, screaming crazy things, saying slurs at one point, and even at a certain point screaming his ex's name no matter where he was, and even at a certain point had his security team waiting on him in the middle of him being somewhere because of how reckless they were. But I don't want to yap too much, so why don't we just start from the very beginning with how all of this happened and who these people are in the first place.
It gets to a point a lot of times in my career, especially lately, I'm gonna be honest, I see it as a joke. I laugh at it, I'm be honest. And we all know why people talk online, you know, they want to get clips and clicks.
This right here, in case you're unaware, is Marlon. He's a pretty popular streamer who has been blowing up a lot recently and has been hanging out with people like the FaZe Boys, even joining their new group called Core. His content, like any other streamer, consists of desktops, reactions, gaming, maybe here and there, but he dibbles and dabbles in the IRL scene as well. And most recently started to do more IRLs and wanted to announce a trip just like iShowSpeed's US tour. Instead, he was going to do it in Europe though and go around there just filming, exploring each place for only one.
Isn't he from Europe though? If I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna go pop out of some place I ain't never been before. I'm telling you, I know niggas done it before, but when the time is right, we doing Japan the Bert way.
Where you at, Berto?
Let's go.
Day though.
Make sure y'all sub up to my Twitch, link in the description. That's where you at, Berto. Love y'all, man.
We will be leaving for Europe in a week. Couple countries that is already decided, it is not fully laid out yet. It is not fully laid out yet, okay? Couple countries that we're gonna hit: Germany, coming to Germany, Italy, Greece, and we got about 4 more countries after that. And yes, we are going back to Sweden for another 1v1 tournament. We are.
You know what I'm thinking in my head, and don't take this the wrong way, but I low-key am, and you know, I'm not trying to like be offensive or nothing, but I almost feel like places like that don't got that soul, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like when you go to like places in Europe, you know, it's cool for like history, but let's keep it a stack, nigga. We was all falling asleep in history. But if you go to places like Africa, Caribbean, let's just call a spade, more black areas, more urban areas, there's just more fun. It's more like, I don't know, more energy. You know what I'm saying? When I think of like Italy and Europe, I'm thinking of teacup parties and fucking big dresses. Just, again, bro, I don't want to sound offensive, but tell me if I'm tripping. I feel like if you're going to go on a world tour, obviously it's a world tour, so maybe you want to hit those spots. But when I think of places that's gonna be more fun, I'm thinking Latin, I'm thinking black areas, I'm thinking Asian, for all like and this is why I'm not attracted to Caucasian women, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if this is a crazy take chat, but like I just feel like the more Caucasian Europe shit, they ain't got no culture, bro. They ain't got no like nothing fun, exciting. You know, even when you think about Asia or just, I'm not even like, you know, maybe I'm biased because I'm black, but like when you think about Asian and even Latin culture, there's like love, there's energy, there's music, you know, there's something. It's like, what the Caucasians got? The fucking tea parties and shit? Like, I don't know, bro. This shit just lame to me. Maybe it's not lame, but boring for sure.
All right, we have to. So I'm not gonna go to the same.
Is that a bad take? I'm sorry, man. I really am not trying to offend nobody. Like I'm just genuinely imagining what it would be like. But let me stop yapping.
Countries. The only same country I'm gonna hit is going to be Sweden because I want to do different. Sweden, I always have to go. I'm gonna say one more. We're going back to the place where I first ever started Turkey, man. Everything is about how much time I got before the World Cup, which is around like 2 or 3 weeks. So I'm gonna be out there for like 3 weeks, pretty much.
Having streamers go out to different places, IRL streaming, having fun is a normal thing at this point, and a lot of people are genuinely curious to explore these places but not actually go there. So streamers like Marlon, IShowSpeed, all going out there and showing off places that people could never be, is actually pretty interesting, especially when they have planned streams and stuff that they're doing. The idea in itself is a fun and good idea, especially when you're a content creator. The issue only arises when the people there don't treat you how they're supposed to, which didn't even happen for Marlon initially. It seemed like when he first touched down in places like,
I'm pretty sure they treated Speed like shit when he popped out too.
Germany or Turkey, he was getting a lot of respect, and a lot of people were actually showing a bunch of love, to the point of him even being able to host a basketball tournament with the mayor's approval, him coming down personally in order to help with everything.
What happened was, I just want to say real quick, the mayor saw that I wanted to do a tournament, reached out, we talked to him. Usually you gotta have like paperwork, all that stuff for this many people to come around to one area with police and stuff. He said, I want to show up, I want to help you with it. So he's made all this happen. He's going to show up in like 5-10 minutes. And I'm going to shake his hand and just be respectful and all that stuff. So shout out to the mayor.
I already know what a lot of y'all are probably thinking. Hey, Novely, that's just the mayor. He's trying to make his country look good and not look disrespectful, actually showing love because he knows Marlon has a lot of pull. And people are going to look at this place negatively if they are rude to him. Well, that might be the case. There were also his fans that weren't being weird as well. In the beginning, they were actually just being cool. Maybe a little light trolling here and there, but nothing too crazy. Like when Marlon was going around doing a challenge where he had to get back to where he was staying with basically no money. Some guy pulled up, asked for a picture, said he would give him $10, and just ended up driving off, which might seem crazy, but it's just a little bit of light trolling.
10? Yeah?
My guy.
I know. Yeah. Yes, sir, bro. Alright, you got 10 euros? Yeah. Yeah?
Yeah, that's all good and fun. I don't see nothing wrong with that. He don't need 10. So where's the bullshit? What happened? This ain't no big deal.
Moments like these and hospitalities like the mayor made it seem like Marlon's Europe tour was actually going to do perfectly fine. It was going well. He had a couple of guests on. He already traveled a couple of places, and overall, people seemed to be enjoying it. By the clips, his actual community and streams, everything about it seemed perfect. Until we got to Greece, where it seems like a lot of people were being as rude as possible to him. No matter what he was doing or how he was acting, these fans were just on a whole different level of rude. And because he's streaming the entire thing, no matter where he went or what he did, they were constantly going to be able to find him and interrupt his stream in the most obscene way, which started pretty light but still a bit annoying, of them going around following him, yelling his ex's names no matter where he went.
Yeah, just keep it. Good? Okay. Oh yeah? Okay. Look at me, Marlon.
I ain't gonna lie, I feel like this is just what happens when you have like a child fan base. You know what I'm saying? Again, I don't watch Marlon streams. I don't know what demographic is watching Marlon streams, but just from, if I had to guess, it's gotta be like middle school, probably not even much high school kids. Like this just sound like some immature shit.
Yeah, of course. You got that, right? Just let her keep it. Just let her keep it, man. Gotcha. Okay. Good to meet you. Okay. Take care.
I know that's it's annoying. You just gotta ignore that.
Relax. Chill out. Shit not funny, bro.
Marlon's tour and these fans right here show every single problem that comes with IRL streaming. No matter where he goes or how he acts, these people can constantly just pull up his stream and find out where he is, taking his exact trains, following exactly where his car is, going his exact stores. They they have bad intentions, even though their intentions are just ruining his stream, then they can do basically whatever they wanted. And doing stuff like this not only makes you lame, but it's also pretty odd to do, especially if you call yourself a fan of Marlon's. But you're probably sitting here thinking, man, they can't be fans, they're just kids laughing, trolling them, and they actually don't even enjoy his content. Well, you can see that basically the exact same thing happened with people that are supposed to be fans of his, going up asking for pictures, but apparently saying slurs to Marlon instead, and then being surprised when he ends up walking away from them because of the weird stuff they were saying to him.
Only one photo, bro. Only one photo, bro.
You guys are weird.
Was that what I heard? That's crazy disrespectful. And saying the N-word, like, come on, dog.
Seems like the kids in Greece have literally no respect for Marlon at all, going up to him and saying slurs, going around yelling his ex's name, and just causing a higher ruckus when they don't need to. Obviously, that's a big issue and they're weird for doing that, but these are just kids. I know some people are willing to throw them some bail, even though I'm definitely not. That's weird. You know better not to do those things. There are still people who are doing even worse. People who are grown enough to actually drive around in cars or going around following Marlon and throwing stuff at him, from water to eggs, just random stuff as he is walking by. And while words are just something you can ignore, try to walk away, and especially not engage in, since the people that are obviously doing this are younger, people that are driving around in cars chucking stuff at Marlon, they are just beyond weird and have actual issues going on.
Damn, I ain't gonna lie, boy. See, again, I don't know how I'd handle a situation like this. I'd probably start crashing. Hey, man, get out that fucking car. What up? What's up? What's up? Start acting tough and shit. Nah, I ain't gonna do that. That's lame. But boy, nigga just throwing trash on you for no reason. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, what's the goal here? Why is he just walking around? I mean, I guess that is the whole point, right? Shit. That's mad disrespectful, bro. People be lame.
Should I start fighting or not?
Like, yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on. You nigga throwing trash on me?
Like, at what point do I like start? Wasn't even water either. What was it? I don't know, some spice.
Hell nah. Hell nah. That honestly, shit like that'd be enough for me to just be like, all right, I'm out of here. Hey, sorry, Greece, all my real actual supporters in this country. I love y'all, appreciate y'all, but yo, I'm not dealing with this. You know, no. At the end of the day, I know I'm an entertainer. I love y'all and appreciate the ones that love and appreciate me. But y'all not about to be throwing unknown substance on me, bro. Hell no. Fuck no.
If you're old enough to drive a car, I would hope you're old enough not to go around throwing things at people just because they have a camera.
I mean, you're never old enough for that. You know what I'm saying? If I was with my child and my child did that, even at the age of 5, 6, just best believe they're getting an ass whooping.
Much streaming around, and normally I'm here to laugh and point at people and talk about the crazy stuff that they're doing. I mean, I literally just made a video about Rakai and some other Clover boys being hooligans inside of a Walmart, but Marlon actually isn't really doing anything. He's not going around being rude to anybody that comes up to him. He's not going into businesses and establishments talking crazy to their employees or causing a lot of attention to himself or just trying to cause a complete ruckus. He's just walking around normally trying to explore the places that he's actually going to. At no point in time do I feel like he deserves any of this, and it just seems like random people that I can't even really call fans. They're just clout chasers at this point, trying to get some attention and clips off of doing weird stuff to him. That can only go so far before you get annoyed, and it apparently happened to Marlon while he was on the train, talking about how he is sick of how people are acting and genuinely is upset for the day that he was having because of the way people around him were going about doing things.
I've been trying so hard not to be rude.
Bro, me too. I'm not gonna lie. I've been snapping a little today, so, bro. Like, what do you expect, bro? Like, you're seeing crazy shit. You're disrespectful. They're throwing eggs at me. Like, you're seeing shit like that. Like, I'm only human. You know what I'm saying? Go.
Shout out to Marlon though, bro. I mean, the way he's been handling the situation, he's been handling it with grace. I remember the last situation where niggas was, felt like honestly a scary situation. They were pulling up on him with what seemed like a little shanky wanky, you know what I'm saying, with his girl, and he still kept it P, was overly respectful. You gotta give these people their credit when credit's due, man. He's very poised. I respect that. As a man, I respect that. That's just the stream. That's not my video. Just letting y'all know.
All of that could possibly be fine. Random people throwing stuff at you, crazy kids going out and yelling wild things, and everyone around you basically acting like they don't have any manners or home training. But at the end of the day, he's a streamer who is smart, so he has security around him, and that's security's whole job, is to make sure not only does these things being thrown at him not happen again, these kids don't get too close, people aren't being too weird. You could actually have a nice time knowing that even though people might act weird while you're streaming, you're at least going to be safe. I wish that's what I could believe for Marlon's security, but that doesn't even seem like to be the case. Before we talk about the big thing, which is his security quitting in the middle of him doing stuff, we have to show
Nigga, what?
some examples of the security basically not doing their job. I mean, you could probably see it throughout this entire video where he's getting stuff thrown at him and the security basically doesn't do anything, or the kid's running up and they can just walk right past them. But it happens a lot more times than you would think. Even while he was just sitting in a car surrounded by security, some people were able to just walk past him and actually try and get a picture.
So did the security get quit or did they get fired?
Please.
What the fuck? Hey, look at Marlon's face. Yo, did this 12-year-old just walk up and open my car? Are y'all serious? Look at his face. He's literally like, are y'all serious? Yeah, I'm pretty sure they didn't quit. They got fired.
What's he doing, bro? Like, yo, don't do that again. Don't do that again.
A kid randomly
don't do that again. Are y'all serious? Either, I ain't gonna lie, either Marlon cheaped out and hired some cheap ass security, or these niggas need to get fired like expeditiously, cause what the fuck?
Being able to walk up to your car, and
crazy.
thankfully he just wanted a picture. But imagine if that was a person with bad intentions. The security got out way too late. He's already opening the door, he's already sitting there taking a picture, and at that point, what is even the purpose of having security? It's like Marlon is a very big name. You can tell his entire car got surrounded. Even in moments of his trip, you can saw when he was running away, a bunch of people are following him. If someone has bad intentions and wants to do something to Marlon, there are too many people to count, too many crowds, too many people to keep track of, and that's the whole point of having security. Who's supposed to keep you safe, and it just seems like they're not doing their job. They're doing their job so bad, in fact, that they ended up actually quitting, which is the big story of Marlon's whole trip. He apparently had security guards that wanted to quit in the middle of what they were supposed to be doing, really because they said they didn't know that his trip was going to be like I show speed.
Crashing out. He's like, yo, if you told me it was gonna be like speed, like then I would have never done it. I was like, brother, like, how am I supposed to know?
Nigga, what you mean? I'm a big streamer. Man, you better have got your money back at least.
What I say? So what I say?
What it's gonna be like before I get to a country. Like, we told you that, you know, we might have a lot of people coming and all that stuff. Like, he's like, and this is my security, they're coming with me. I'm like, bro, what? Like what? Boss, I try to be reasonable, you know, always. Now, I apologize for the car, like I really do, but in this situation, I just feel like you can't just like a conversation with me and be like, okay, this doesn't work with my car. Can we maybe go to a more private spot, or do you want to hop into the next? Like, you just gas and drops to the hotel midstream. Like, I'm only here for one day. I want to make the best out of the country and do everything I can. And then it's like, if I can't do that, then I've just wasted the whole country. Luckily, I've already done a lot, I think, but I'm going to do more.
The full story is, while Marlon was sitting there in the car with a bunch of kids banging on it, the security did not like that, because at the end of the day, it's their car. They don't want their vehicles to get damaged, and they were unable to.
Yeah, but you're security, bro. Again, like, I mean, if I hire security to protect me to a degree, you are putting your personal body, your everything on the line to protect me. That is literally your job. So yeah, if your car gets a couple of dents and bruises to protect me, I would imagine whatever the agreed upon amount, you know, prior to hiring you, sufficed for you to do your job. You know what I'm saying? It's not ideal. I'm sure you're not happy about it. If I was a security guard and my car got some dents too doing my job, I'd be upset, but I'd also probably understand, like, that's part of the job. And, you know, depending on what level of security I am, I'm probably gonna charge more money if that's what it is, you know what I'm saying? But once you agree to it, like, nigga, it's your job to protect me and make sure I'm good. You're not even doing your job. I got 12-year-olds walking up on me with that shit, man. What if that 12-year-old is trying to off me, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell?
To get anywhere, security ended up crashing out, getting so mad. Instead of taking Marlon to the other places he actually wanted to go, he drove right back to his hotel, dropped him off, and basically crashed out on him. And Marlon was going back and forth with him because he told him that this is how it was going to be. You signed up to be a security for a streamer, and this is how it's going to be. I assumed he probably thought Marlon wasn't going to be as big as speed, or he wasn't going to have as much motion, so we did assume that everything was going to be all right.
I understand, but we paid you in security a lot of money, brother. A lot of money for the whole day. A lot of money, brother.
I pay. They pay to me. I don't want how you pay. It's your business with the guy you responsible.
Okay.
But here, I pay. I told, what is the itinerary? What is the
I pay, man. Watch out, gang. Get my money back and get the fuck up out my face.
program?
Understand.
He told me no programs. They will stay. I don't know what he was because the last year I had the speed. It was the same situation, and the speed he paid a lot of money after. He paid around 3,000 euro.
I'll pay you the same. I'll pay you more even, because I understand.
Wait, and I told the guy if he's same.
What's this nigga's issue? I'll pay you more than. It's not a money thing. If it's not a money thing, and I'm willing to pay more, get the fuck up out of here, bro.
Speed, please no, because my cars they are for VIP, they are for the diplomatic quarter, they are for VIP businessmen, a lot of people. They are not for the guys to make la 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 because they are. This is my job. If the heel broke, what I can do?
1,000%. Okay, can I explain now? Okay, can I explain more? Okay.
This nigga's tripping, bro. At the end of the day, I get what he's trying to say, but it's like, I'm sure Marlon explained to him, nigga, I'm a streamer. You know what I'm saying? I'm a streamer comparable to speed. This is what literally he said. I'm trying to do what speeds do, torrent. So this is what it's gonna look like. And you agreed to it. So I'm not trying to hear none of this.
Okay.
Please.
I understand. Okay, so first I want to say, obviously, like, I'm sorry for the people, you know, but I just didn't know that was going to happen before we came here, right? So if we agree to something and you say, you know, then it's also a risk on you to know that maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't happen, you know? And then if there's any damage on the car and stuff, of course I will pay, of course. But you just drove me back to the hotel right away, like out of nowhere, and just dropped me outside the hotel when I paid. Like, that's a little crazy, no?
So they will arrange the police, they will arrange everything.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, you can't just.
You didn't expect.
No. But I'm just saying, you just drove me to the hotel and just dropped us off. Like, you know what I'm saying?
No, I will not drop. I come to clear. It's okay for me.
Okay. All right. All good. Thank you, though. We're good.
Wow, yo, shout out to Marlon, man. Again, showing poise. I always gotta give niggas they flowers when I see it, bro. He is showing a lot of poise and respect, man. You know, that's rare nowadays, and the motherfuckers just be crashing. I don't even know how I'd act in this situation. I'd like to think I'd be poised, but boy, this nigga get me hot.
We're good.
Get me mad. I'm not even there.
No one's gonna be sitting there being happy that their car is getting bashed on by a bunch of kids that they're unable to get anywhere, but that's kind of what you sign up for when you're a security. And if you didn't understand how big Marlon was, or you didn't understand how many people would actually be following him, then you probably shouldn't have taken the job anyway, because you can't imagine paying a ton of money, having you actually already be there, having the security guards already be there, and then all of a sudden just quitting in the middle of a job. That's money down the drain for Marlon. Now his entire plans are ruined because he has to either find new security or try to hash out with this security, which takes time away from stuff he actually could have been doing. I just don't understand how you're gonna be mad at security guard in this situation. Like, yes, it's understandable to not want kids banging on your car. I don't think anybody wants that. But to quit in the middle of a job because of something you signed up for and you not understanding fully what was going to happen is pretty wild.
Security for today, and we was around the whole day, you know. I'm not trying to be like that, but like he said in the car, he was with speed too, apparently. And like, we got the security through like people we know, like, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, that was that. And then not trying to be like that. I don't want, like, nobody should have fans banging on anybody's car. Like, I would have been hot too, but at the same time, we told them all this before.
Again, I understand the frustration, but if you was security for fucking Michael Jackson and you going through a public area, like, we see that all the time, bro. Like, you are security, you are dealing with famous people, with fans. What do you think is gonna happen? Like, what are they trying to be security for the average Joe down the street? Mind you, the average Joe down the street doesn't need security. The reason we have security is because I'm probably going to be mobbed by a lot of random people. That is the whole point. That shit don't make no sense. Man, I ain't going to lie. I don't want to say this, but like I almost am like on some shit. If I'm Marlon, but maybe not publicly on the internet, but behind closed doors, I'm starting to tell all my streaming friends like, hey, bro, don't hire these niggas. These niggas don't understand. Like, I'm not gonna necessarily say I'm gonna try to put them out of business, but like, they not good security. They don't want to do their job.
For getting into it, so it's like, you know, we take a risk and they take a risk by doing it with their car and being a security for anybody, really. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we pay a lot of like I'm just being honest, like a lot of money for security and a driver all day. Like you can just imagine like having that for a full day, like around you 24/7 with that type of like kids banging on the door, kids slapping and whatever it is. So,
it's pretty unfortunate for this to happen to Marlon. The only other streamer that really goes around and does this type of stuff is Speed. And he apparently got the same security guard as Speed. As you probably heard, he said that he had already done Speed's tour before. So he's assuming he's going to have the exact same security with the exact same experience. And that just didn't actually end up happening. And it sucks that there was a bit of turmoil during the rest of his trips. But I'm assuming moving forward, he's probably going to get better security, actually start moving differently, and hope that the other place...
I'm starting to think what probably happens is they go to these different countries and they probably have different security for every country. It's probably cheaper that way, but you know, I ain't gonna lie, at the level that these guys are at, and I know they making these millions, it's probably better to just fork up the extra money to travel with your security that you know you can rely on, because getting new security in every country, it's probably not worth it because you don't know how reliable or not reliable they're gonna be.
Says that he goes to don't have the exact same issue. It's having random kids throw stuff at you or just act a complete fool for no real reason. It's a pretty unfortunate situation. I do hope that doesn't stop Marlon's tour, because if he wants to go around making content like this, then I think a lot of people would actually enjoy watching it. But at the end of the day, that is just how I feel.
Word, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this one in the comment section. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. My name is Berto. Where you at? Berto, join the Where You At family so you never miss a live stream reaction live on Twitch. And I'll see y'all there in the next one. I'm gone. Link in the description.
Where you at, Berto? I made this shit look sweet.